So listen, I know that there are a lot of dogs that have a lot of stress around getting their nails trimmed. And it probably originated with being handled in a stressful way, not an intentional per se, although we know sometimes when we send them to the vet or the groomer, everybody's in a hurry and things can happen and it can just be overwhelming. We know our dogs get imprinted, right? So we need to think about that. We need to think about the olfactory senses being associated with an experience. So, what does the groomer's office smell like, or the groomer shop, or what does the veterinarian's uh, office smell like? Why were they there? What was paired with that experience when they had their nail trim, right? All of this matters. It matters how they were held, what they felt, what they smelled, what they experienced. So when you have a dog, puppy, young adult dog, whatever, and you're starting to go to the vet, ideally you go a number of times just to get a treat from the receptionist, right? You go, you get weighed in, the receptionist gives the dog some cookies, pets him, picks up his feet, maybe simulates an experience of being at the vet's office. No sticks, no investigations, none of that kind of stuff. And he's out with a belly full of goodness, right? So we create positive experiences. You can create a bad experience at home too. Remember we were talking about having the dog getting his nails quicked, and we create an emotional scene, and it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Bubby. And then the next time he's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? So there's a lot of things that we can do to set puppies up for success with nail trims, right? But for those who already have dogs that have been imprinted in a negative experience, nail trims are super stressful. I know some folks that are having to sedate their dogs, just, put them under so we can get a nail trim. And that's tough, right? I mean, it's just, I hope for better ways to do that if we can find them, if we can spend the time doing the desensitization work and using more natural solutions for creating calmness, an experience that might happen at a different location or be done by somebody other than the last person who did it, excuse me. I'm a big fan of using essential oils when we need to create calmness and positive associations. So remember, find somewhere on this page the graphic that talks about imprinting, right? Because we could imprint something that's supposed to be a calming essential oil with a negative association. We don't want to do that. But there are lots of choices to choose from in terms of what essential oils will help create a bit of calmness. And so it could simply be that we have some desensitization work to do, like the clippers are right beside the dog bowl while he eats his dinner, so he gets, oh, there they are. The last time I saw those, they were horrible. And now they're at every meal that I have. And we build our way up to petting the dog with the clippers, or just touching the foot with the clipper, or picking up the foot to squeeze it like we were going to make that, hold it for the trim, a little bit of pressure there, and reward shows up with no clipping at all. Or you hold the foot and you make the sound of the clipper 2 inches from it, right? There's a lot of things that we can do. And again, I know that's not going to work for every dog. There are some serious issues, right? But I feel like we need to try desensitization. That needs to be our goal. It might take a really long time, but in my opinion, trying to get that end result is better than trying to sedate our dogs with medications every time they need a nail trim, right? The The other thing that I wanted to add about this is I am not a fan of using products for their side effects. And what I mean by that is I hear every day where people are taking a product that is intended to be administered after a bug bite, for example, right? If I take those products when I have not had a bug bite, I will be sleeping for the next 12 hours, regardless of what time of day that happens, right? So those products for the human body can have a very sedative-like effect, right? It can make us sleepy, make us drowsy, and out we go. I personally, and I can only speak for my experience, again, not a veterinarian here, but I can only speak for my experience. I have never seen it where if I give it to the dog that I feel like they have become sleepy, drowsy, right? Even if that's true, I don't want to use a product for its side effects. I want to use it for its intended purpose so that I am not adding unnecessary products into my dog's body or my own, and that I am not potentially creating a situation where it would not work as well or at all for its intended purpose because I've used it so much for its side effects, right? So I'm all about trying to be as natural as possible. There are lots of options that will help us in both those categories, right? For the, a bug has bitten us, what can we use to make that feel better? And we need to calm our stress and our nerves and our tension. We need the body to settle and the mind to settle. To me, I want to use essential oils that are specific. Sometimes they might overlap. I get that. But I am just sharing. I am not a fan of using products like those that many people are saying that they want to use to help calm their dog down, when I don't believe that it works that way effectively, consistently, and it's not really what it was ever intended to do in the first place. So again, just not a fan of using products for their side effects, right? So just awareness, just my 2 cents. Have a good day.